Draw a spell on your computer. Simply draw files in your draw folder and do it. Next.
So what's with the Islam and virgin thing? What's going on in the news about that?
No, first, a number of years ago, they were saying that the mullahs were apparently, or the instigators for these assassins, or whatever you call those.
Terrorists? Yeah.
The terrorists with the fast.
Right.
That when you die, you'll have 3 virgins
Okay.
waiting for you. And then the next thing you hear on TV, the reporter saying, now it was then became 7. And then the next thing was 21 virgins. And then yesterday, or a couple of days ago, was 71.
So they up the ante.
Not the ante. They upped the reward. I said, well, you know, then of course, I watched the first about China, the first Chinese emperor of China who united all of China. His tomb, they think they know where his tomb is.
Yeah.
And what the procedure was, that he had like some 3,000 concubines. And they join him in death. It's fucking shit. You know, you got 3,000 concubines. You have 356 days in a year, I think it is, right? You need 10 years to fuck every night. You know, to satisfy these poor girls.
Well, it's not about satisfying the girls when you're in that position. It's about selection.
I don't know, but I think that, you know, that sometimes these kind of cultures, it's just complete insanity. They have no notion of reality. Like, you know, I'm thinking about like who is this? One second. Let me just think. It was just on the news. Well, let's say take Castro. He's got billions of dollars stashed away.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing now with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hugo Chavez.
Yeah.
Same thing. Who was it that he said he had already stashed away, like also like billions of dollars? Recently, this guy from Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All that. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, one of these days you'll die and all that money's there and your country is bankrupt. What did you gain? I mean, if I were a dictator like that, yeah, I would like to have the billions of dollars too.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you figure, you know, I think that Cuba's got 20 million population.
Mm-hmm.
So you say like, all right, I'll have a tax of at least 1%
Mm-hmm.
of $1, let's say $1 from everybody every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's $20 million
Right.
times 300. That's, what's that, times 300, that's 6 billion
Mm-hmm.
a year.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with it? You see, you don't need a dollar a day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you get $1 a month.
Right.
And you're living there in Cuba. You got all the perks.
Right.
What are you going to do with that additional money in Switzerland?
Right. Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's dead money.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, if you raise the economy and the health of the people, you know what I mean?
Right.
They all do well. But
Then your country will thrive.
Yeah, and you'll be forever remembered.
Well, they're forever remembered anyway, just in a negative way.
Negative, but
Yeah.
you know, who wants that?
Well.
You see? So you know, there is a, maybe not a disconnect, but desire for something that's undesirable. It's you know.
Well, it's about excess and control and
Yeah, but what's the control?
well,
Well, look at what's his name, Stalin.
yeah.
Stalin died.
Again, a negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he died. He had all the perks and benefits of his station enforced.
Right.
But who did he share it with? Anybody that he shared with, he didn't trust.
Right.
Because, they're going to be coming after what I want.
Well, like
what
they
I
say, money corrupts, fame corrupts, because you don't know who is your friend for you or for what you have or what they can get from you.
Yeah.
Period. So, you create your own environment.
And all that starts with liberalism.
Mm-hmm.
You have to ask yourself, what's the definition of liberalism? There's only one definition that I have for it. Liberalism, on the face of it, is good.
Mm-hmm.
Why shouldn't we all, now I didn't say share, why shouldn't we all be happy and make money?
Right.
But everybody forgets that you have to work for it.
Yeah, it doesn't come for free.
Right?
Right.
Now a liberal will say, yeah, we should all have the same money, and if you are so fortunate enough to make more money than somebody else, then you should share it.
Mm.
My question is why?
Right.
You know, we all want our children to go to school, you know, get degrees that will earn them a lot of money, give them the freedom
Right.
to pursue their happiness. So why should I, who work my ass off to become a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
after I graduate, I got to go 10-year internship or whatever,
Right.
and then all of a sudden I have to share all that with my neighbor's kid who's a fuck-off drug addict.
Right. Right.
What am I doing all this for?
Right. What you put in is what you should put out. It,
Then
yeah.
you should get out of it.
Right. Exactly.
Now, to be sure, you shouldn't take disadvantage of it.
Right.
I mean, you can take advantage of it because that's what you work for, but you should not exceed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go into an excess.
Excess. Right.
That because you're sick,
Mm-hmm.
no, oh, now I got you by the collar.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, you want treatment? No, not $10. It's going to be $1,000.
Right.
Well, and that's the only place where I see that government has to have the oversight.
Right. It's to
And-
control
and
that.
No, yeah, but not control that in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
The control has to be in the sense of
Like a scale.
yeah, like ethics actually.
Yeah, mhm.
You know, something like that. You have to be careful that you don't go into
I was going to say, you have to be careful with what ethics, because there's
Yeah,
different
yeah,
variations of
yeah.
ethics.
what
You know?
what is it that how can you control people? Well, should
Right.
you control people? No, the market should control the people.
Well, and there have to be guidelines, really, is what it is.
Yeah, but even
Guidelines governed by ethics, but then it depends on
Yeah.
whose ethics, because everyone has a variation of it. What their
Yeah.
what their morals will allow them.
You see, I developed this one other thing about. I was wondering about it. You know, is it? Yeah, but we should share. And I said, yeah, we should share. But what makes the difference when you are middle income, when you are lower income, when you're middle income, when you're higher income,
Yeah.
or when you're billionaire income? When you're lower income because, for whatever reason, but mostly because you don't have the education, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
There's some sense of opportunity that you don't have.
Right.
But in general, it is. Oh yeah, but my family were slaves.
Right.
Or how about Benjamin Carson,
Mm-hmm.
the black guy, right?
Right.
He's rich.
Right.
How about the guy that owns this hotel chain, this family
Mm-hmm.
in Chicago? I forgot the name of the hotel, but they're a black family. They're super rich.
Yeah, well, you can't get bound by your history and your past. Can't use it as an
To a
excuse.
certain extent, you can have it as an excuse, but the opportunity, especially today, exists that you can get out of it.
You
but
can overcome
you have
it.
to apply.
Right.
And by the way, you got some black crooks who are super rich too.
Right.
But they have the know-how how to become rich,
Right.
except that they applied in the wrong trade.
But in the same way, you have white or Asian or whatever. It's not so much black as it is white,
Yeah.
or just in general.
In general,
But society will always go towards black individuals.
Now, over
just
here.
Right?
Now
Now
but,
you've...
No, but let me go on.
So maybe that's the whole thing, right?
Let me
Maybe
go
that's
on.
why you have 2,000 concubines, so you can share.
No,
71.
you get your dick cut off if you try, and the woman will get killed too. But regardless, but now here you are, you work your ass off in school, get your degree, you apply yourself to your career, you become rich, and then the question is, so what are you doing with all this money that you make? Well, I always wanted to buy myself a Ferrari,
Right,
right?
right.
So you buy a Ferrari, and now comes the government and says, well, you make too much money. You shouldn't buy the Ferrari. Instead, you should buy a Volkswagen and give the balance of the money to the poor guy next door.
Right.
And I thought about it. I said, something is wrong there,
Yeah.
right? Because I say to the government, no, I worked for it, and that's what I want. So the government says, but why a Ferrari? Well, because that's what I want. That was the status symbol, the standard that I looked for.
Right.
Right? So, okay, the next year, the government comes knocking on your door and says, we noticed that you just bought yourself an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? And my answer to that was, I live by a different standard now. Right? Maybe there's going to be a point where I'll say, well, enough is enough. You know, I can only drive 7 different cars in a week. Yeah, so it's just.
So theoretically, your mentality is somewhat the same as the ancient Chinese with their 2,000 concubines and the Islamics with their 210, 17, 71,
Exactly.
is they lived at a different standard.
Well, they live by the standard that they create for themselves.
Correct. Don't we all, though?
And that is the point.
Yes.
We will all live to a standard that we create for ourselves, and only when you become, in a sense, dissatisfied with your standard.
True.
Not satisfied. I mean, you reach the satisfaction, but now you become dissatisfied with all this ostentatious wealth
Right.
that you see that it doesn't go anywhere.
Money doesn't buy you happiness. It might buy you comfort, but it might...
never mind the happiness, you know. I always hear people say that, and at one time I even agreed with it. Yeah, but money makes life easier. So that's true.
True.
But you know something? But that's what you work for.
Right.
You want to make your life easier. You want to reach a certain standard.
Right.
And maybe that standard will continually
It may
increase.
fluctuate, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But there may be a point where you find that ethically, well, not ethically, but no, you're not happy with that. You want something else out of life.
Well, your likes, your wants, desires change.
Yeah, but in general, so that's what I'm saying. You know, is that you do get into a standard of living, and that is not something that the government can take away from you.
Right. Right.
You see, that is your own choice.
Right.
And everybody's got that choice.
Right.
Now, where government can step in is if you hire people and treat them like slaves.
Right.
That is where, you know, that you
Which is, in a sense, Cuba.
Yeah, yeah, so yeah, you could possibly say that,
Well,
because the reason is
they work and
Well, do they
how much
have-
percentage of their income goes to the government,
do they have
and they live in poverty.
That's it. Do they have a choice though to get beyond that? But they don't.
They don't. That's there you
it.
go. So that's a modern day slavery, just with education. You have people there that they go to school, they become doctors, lawyers, whatever, but they still have to give up, and then they're held hostage in their country because they're profitable.
Yeah. True.
To the government, to the dictators or whatever, who live in these excesses because that's the standard that they want to live by, but they use other people to get to it.
And they hide that fact. That's the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
All right.
So, but that's what I'm...
So you're going to become Islamic now? Or are you going to go Chinese heritage and try to, reach for the stars?
Like I was telling Tommy,
Ugh.
I was watching Star Trek one time.
Yeah.
And Star Trek comes across a planet.
Yeah.
And they find this lost captain of a ship.
Yeah.
Commander, whatever he is.
Yeah.
And so, oh, we come to rescue you and bring you back to Earth.
Yeah.
And the guy is resisting because he's got a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on the
Planet
that has taken care of him.
Okay.
And so Captain Kirk was looking out of the window of the residence, and he's going into the field.
Yeah.
And it comes this cloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Electrons.
Yeah. Right.
And he gets enveloped by it.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling Tommy this. and Tommy looked at me like, oh, what's going on with this guy? Well, he thought it was interesting. And it turns out, when the guy comes back, that's his lover. His keeper, his lover, his mother, his father.
With the electron things, yeah.
Right? And so he's communicating and maybe have intercourse, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't want to go back.
He's happy.
Yeah, he's happy, he's satisfied. And
Right,
all that.
right.
I don't know, what was the point I was trying to make?
No.
I forgot now the point I was trying to make.
Well, we were talking about, so what, you're going to go Islam 71?
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
2000?
So I prefer that, by the way.
Yes, but each one of those electrons could have been, he could have been in an orgy of electrons.
I know. I'm trying to think of the sensation.
Electric shock therapy.
Yeah, that's what you call penis shock. but regardless, but so so after I was telling Tommy about that, and he would talk about something, and then I go. Tommy would run almost into 500 cars at the same time. They must have thought that I was nuts.
I think everyone thinks we're nuts.
The two Canadian fellows, the two gay guys that used to live
Yeah,
there.
they live up the street?
No, they lived here across in the...
Oh, in the mobile, yeah, right. Yeah.
And so they, they worked for me also on a couple of jobs and this and that, and talking. And I kept telling him, he says, it's, where are you from? I'm not from this world.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain that. They started to believe it. They did.
Uh-huh.
I said, I'm really from another
planet, or, yeah.
Not planet, from elsewhere in the universe.
Yeah.
And they started to believe it.
Well,
then I talk about these things like...
Well, I don't go that far, but I have the same situations in that people don't, like, I will say things that people don't expect to be said.
Yeah.
And I just speak.
And why not?
Well, yeah. But I think that people in societies are restricted by guidelines and what is proper or PC, politically correct, or what... Speak your mind.
Good.
Again, it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. And business calls. Oh no, there's Mom.
Hey.
Are you trying to call?
Yeah, did you get my message about the pictures in your computer?
Oh, no, I just walked in. I did the front lawn.
Yeah, all right. So relax. Go take a shower. Take a shower.
Yeah.
Then sit at your computer,
Yeah, okay.
and then you see the fruits of my labor.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's why. That's why I told you that she helped me getting it over to you directly from the pictures in the iPhone.
Yeah.
All right.
You out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're talking about about virgins and concubines and cha 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 from Star Trek.
Well, do you you remember? If you remember that there are points in life that you have to overcome to do it, like if if you become a drug runner and you have to bring a kilogram of cocaine to the United States, and then they pay you $10,000 to do it, would you do it?
To carry drugs?
Yeah.
No.
No, but how about if they tell you they give you $1 billion?
No.
Well, you may do it then.
No.
But dear, just be a little bit realistic here.
Okay,
Everybody,
okay. Don't tell me
you miss.
Mom, you're missing. Mom, you're missing the point is not so much the drugs, but everybody has a price that they would not that they would actually go through with it, but they would think maybe not for 10,000, but maybe for $1 billion I would take that risk.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so but hello.
Hey, David.
Let her say.
The lady went to Mexico, and she comes home and she sees all the drugs under her car.
Yeah, because two guys came up to her car and started to unload the stuff from below her car. But anyway, the point that I wanted to make, the point that I wanted to make is that there is a point where people will think about it. Well, I have reached a point that I want to become a Muslim.
Yeah.
Because a couple of years ago, if you commit a terror act, you are entitled to 3 virgins in heaven.
Yeah, we have no kids.
No, it doesn't matter. The point is that so there's 3 virgins waiting for me in heaven. Well, that was not too enticing to me. A little bit after that, the 3 became 7. And then, a number of months later on, now the news was saying that it was 21 virgins that you get. But now with the Boston thing, now I hear that they say 71. And I said, gee, 71? Yeah, that will be okay. so I've got
And then the one is the most important one.
doesn't matter. Then what I have done now is I've contacted a mullah, a Muslim priest, and I've asked him to guarantee it to me. So he said to me, if you suck my dick, I can guarantee you something. Well, that's threw the whole thing out of the window. Well, maybe out of my mouth.
Oh, Jesus! I tell you, he talked to the mullah, right? He needs to talk to the other mullah, the green mullah with the billing. Let's get to work.
All right.
All right, Mom.
Okay,
Love you.
Well, let me know what you think of the pictures.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Your mom gets so very defensive when you know, she cannot see an allegory. She takes everything personal.
She takes it literally.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, you know, that's just
Although
two
she has gotten a little bit better, I noticed. But well, I tell you honestly, you know what? And I'm not gonna say this to on my
Pat your
shoulder.
back, yeah.
Yeah. But I was really surprised.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I was surprised that she got onto the computer
Right.
and that she picked it up fast.
Right.
And really much faster than I did.
Yeah.
Right? But what surprised me more than anything was that she did not realize that all the knowledge I have,
Mm-hmm.
that I have
Right.
over all those years accumulated in my brain.
Yeah.
I have tried years ago to share it with her.
Right.
She just didn't take it.
Well, she wasn't receptive to it, but the exposure to the internet and her confidence in her exposure in the internet allowed her. I think she always knew.
Well, I don't know. I was really surprised.
But
that is something that made me wonder. In a certain sense, you know, your mom always had a little bit of a what shall I say? How shall I put this? That I was not what I was. That I was less. That's what I think.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
She never gave me the credit for.
To give somebody credit does not mean that you are not acknowledging their worth. And no, it isn't. There is the possibility that to be able to communicate at the same level or to expose yourself to communication at a level of somebody that may be superior in that way is risky. And
for example, maybe within the last month, she said about one of my emails that I said, well, you just watch this. What was it actually? And then she said, then she wrote me back and she said, you know, that she was kind of amazed that I knew that, and that whatever it was that I told her is just coming true. You know what? And I told her that, well, it's just common sense, but you have to be awake to it.
That's the thing. Not everyone has common sense. You can have intelligence, but not have common sense.
Well, that you can say about the whole Democrat Party.
Well, you can say that about just about anybody at any given moment in time. We all do make decisions in life that we go later on in retrospect go back and say, well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, like I was saying, so that was one. I have time to figure out what it was actually.
You're a prophet, Dad.
No, not a prophet. You see, that's the thing. I use common sense.
Well,
did you see my email to you?
What email to me?
About your one leg stand?
No, I haven't seen. I haven't gone on my email yet.
Well, you ought to read that.
Yeah?
And then you know where I'm coming from.
Oh, boy. I'm afraid now.
No.
Your sarcastic, smart-ass remarks.
Yeah, maybe it was. Well, now try it with both legs.
Elevate myself.
No, levitate.
Levitate.
And I said...
Well, both. Elevate and levitate.
Levitate, but that you can only do with Zen mind.
Well, working towards it, Dad. Working towards it.
And people will see you when you're in that Zen mind of levitation.
Yeah.
As if you are in a daze.
Well.
So I said, and recently I've been in many dazes.
Well, my point then, my response to that is that to levitate yourself doesn't have to be in the physical sense. It can be in the mental sense.
Yeah.
You know?
It's too bad the penis doesn't want to go along.
Well, you can always use a splint. Always comes back to that.
There was this. You see, I need to put your name in the automatic
It is.
when I send an email.
It is.
Well, I don't know. So I get an email from Ruth,
Mm-hmm.
and he had this yoga guy or yogi or whatever you call these ascetics,
Yeah.
in the cave.
Yeah.
He comes out.
Oh, is this the thing with the stick and the wrapping thing? Alyssa told me about it, that Oma was telling her about it.
Yeah, because I sent it up from Ruth.
Yeah.
And then what he does is he rolls the pecker.
Yeah.
And he must have a pecker that's like 20 inches long or whatever.
Jealous.
He rolls it around, he puts it here, and then people will stand on it. He stays up, and he lifts the people up like that. But before he does that, he puts some ash
Yeah.
on his pecker, right?
Yeah.
And he rolls it up in the stick. So no, listen. So I was looking at that, and I said, "Hot dog."
Hot dog.
So I said, "No, hot doggity dog." I hope that your mom understood that. Then I said something. I don't forgot. You see, I come up with the
Little catchphrases or little one, yeah.
Hot doggity dog. Now he's got to do it some other way, whatever.
Right.
With hot water. I forgot what I said, but anyway. I thought it was
You still have the video? Or did
No,
you delete it?
that stuff, I erase it.
You get your giggles out of it and then you just move on.
Well, I don't even get giggles out. I just...
I know, you got jealous, but in this
Well,
regard.
yeah, maybe. But I look at it and said, isn't there anything else but this frivolous stuff?
Well,
Ruth will send me videos of nude girls, Spain, India, China. I go through, but fast.
yeah.
I don't concentrate on these things.
It's not your
No, and I just delete it because, to me, it's more interesting for him to tell me that the economic situation in Holland,
right.
Geert Wilders and the Rutters, the prime ministers, all screwed up. And
well, that's your thing. Yours is not to see
that
naked
to me
pictures.
is much more interesting than...
But yet,
Yeah?
the yogi with the hot diggity dog, you forwarded on to somebody else.
Well, I did because I thought that this is so insane, And then in time I figured out that it became that longer. I mean, the damn thing was like 18 inches or so, and he coils it up.
Well, that's why he's stretching the skin so much.
that-
Ancient Chinese torture treatment.
Well, to him it may not be. It may have been.
Listen, if you're going to wrap your dick around a stick and have people stand on it with ash,
to
hold...
So he hangs the stick, he puts the stick behind his leg, and the guy goes behind him, stands on it. As a matter of fact, now I'm thinking that why did he stand behind him? He could stand in front of him and have the guy suck his own dick.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then he stands up.
So it stretches it.
Well, I don't know what it does. But what the guy's saying? Ah! Everybody clapping like nuts, like...
It's a magic trick.
It's a magic trick.
It's a magic dick.
It's a magic penis trick. Jesus Christ.